Hello there, and welcome to Relaxing Facts Studio. Take a slow breath and allow your thoughts to settle. Today, we are traveling far beyond human history, back to a time when the Earth looked very different from the world we know today. This is a calm, educational journey into the age of dinosaurs, the remarkable animals that lived on our planet for over 160 million years. There is nothing you need to remember, nothing you need to imagine vividly. Simply listen and let the rhythm of ancient Earth guide your mind into a relaxed state. Long before dinosaurs appeared, Earth was already billions of years old. The continents were not yet separated as they are today. Instead, much of the land was joined together into a massive supercontinent known as Pangaea. The climate was generally warmer than modern Earth, with no polar ice caps and vast regions covered by forests, rivers, and shallow seas. Life was evolving slowly, steadily, and quietly. Early reptiles were adapting to land, laying the foundation for what would eventually become the age of dinosaurs. This transition was not sudden. It was gradual, patient, and shaped by time. Dinosaurs first appeared approximately 230 million years ago, during the late Triassic period. They were not immediately dominant. In fact, the earliest dinosaurs were relatively small and lightly built. What set them apart was efficiency. Their upright posture allowed them to move with less energy than many other reptiles of the time. This simple anatomical advantage gave them a quiet edge. Over millions of years, dinosaurs diversified, slowly adapting to different environments, diets, and behaviors. There was no single moment when dinosaurs took over. Their rise was calm, natural, and unhurried. Not every large prehistoric animal was a dinosaur. True dinosaurs share specific skeletal traits, particularly in the hips and legs, which allowed their limbs to be positioned directly beneath their bodies. This made them more stable and energy efficient while walking or running. Dinosaurs are scientifically divided into two major groups: Saurischia, which include long-necked herbivores and many meat-eaters, and Ornithians, which were primarily plant-eaters with beaks and specialized teeth. Interestingly, modern birds are considered direct descendants of certain dinosaurs. In a quiet way, dinosaurs are not entirely gone.
Many dinosaurs were herbivores, plant eaters that spent their days moving slowly through forests and plains. Some of the largest animals to ever walk on land belonged to this group. Sauropods, such as Brachiosaurus and Apatosaurus, had long necks that allowed them to reach vegetation high above the ground. Their massive size likely served as protection, reducing the number of predators that could threaten them. Despite their scale, these animals were not aggressive. They followed predictable paths, feeding quietly and conserving energy. Their lives were shaped by patience, routine, and abundance. Carnivorous dinosaurs played a vital role in maintaining ecological balance. Predators such as Allosaurus and Tyrannosaurus rex were not constant hunters. Like modern predators, they conserved energy, rested often, and hunted only when necessary. Their sharp senses, powerful legs, and specialized teeth were the result of millions of years of refinement. Even the most famous predators lived within natural limits. They were not monsters. They were part of a balanced system shaped by survival and efficiency. The dinosaur world was not a place of constant danger. Much of life was slow and rhythmic. Dinosaurs followed seasonal patterns, moving with changes in temperature and vegetation. Fossil evidence suggests that some species lived in groups, while others were solitary. They nested, protected their young, and interacted with their environment in surprisingly familiar ways. In many respects, their lives mirrored the patterns seen in animals today. Around 66 million years ago, the age of dinosaurs came to an end. Scientific evidence points to a large asteroid impact combined with long-term volcanic activity and climate change. This event did not destroy all life. Many species survived and adapted, including early mammals and bird-like dinosaurs. The end of the dinosaur era was not the end of evolution. It was a transition, a quiet turning of Earth's long story. Dinosaurs remind us of the scale of time. They show us that dominance is temporary and adaptation is essential. Earth has changed many times before, and it will continue to change. Studying dinosaurs helps scientists understand climate, ecosystems, and evolution, without fear, without drama, only observation. Their story is one of patience, balance, and transformation.
Earth is approximately 4.5 billion years old. Humans occupy only a tiny fraction of that timeline. Dinosaurs existed during the Mesozoic era, which is divided into 3 periods: the Triassic, the Jurassic, and the Cretaceous. Together, these periods represent a world shaped by warm climates, high sea levels, and continuous evolutionary change. Understanding dinosaurs begins with understanding deep time, a scale far beyond everyday experience. Everything we know about dinosaurs comes from fossils. Fossils are not bones preserved perfectly in stone. They are mineral records, formed slowly as sediments replace organic material. Paleontologists study bone structure, tooth wear, footprints, and nesting sites. Each discovery adds detail, not certainty. Dinosaurs are understood through evidence, not imagination. This careful process is what makes dinosaur science reliable and enduring. Dinosaurs were not one type of animal. They lived on nearly every continent, from deserts to forests to coastal plains. Some were small and fast. Others were massive and slow. There were dinosaurs adapted for grazing low vegetation, reaching high tree canopies, running long distances, and conserving energy in dry climates. This diversity allowed dinosaurs to thrive across millions of years of environmental change. Herbivorous dinosaurs formed the foundation of prehistoric ecosystems. They shaped landscapes by feeding patterns, trampling vegetation, and dispersing plant material. Many had specialized teeth for grinding tough plants, while others relied on fermentation within large digestive systems. Their size often served as protection, not aggression. These animals existed in balance with their environment, using resources gradually and efficiently. Carnivorous dinosaurs were fewer in number but essential. They regulated populations and removed weaker animals from ecosystems. Predatory dinosaurs were not constantly active. Like modern predators, they rested for long periods, avoided unnecessary conflict, and focused on efficiency rather than speed. Their biology reflects optimization, not excess. They were shaped by nature to maintain stability, not chaos. Fossil evidence suggests that some dinosaurs lived in groups. Trackways show coordinated movement. Nest sites indicate parental care. Others lived alone, relying on camouflage or size for survival. Dinosaurs responded to seasons, weather patterns, and resource availability. Their behavior followed natural cycles, much like animals today.
Approximately 66 million years ago, a major extinction event occurred. Geological evidence supports a large asteroid impact combined with long-term volcanic activity. This caused rapid climate shifts, reduced sunlight, disrupted food chains. Dinosaurs did not disappear overnight. Extinction occurred over time as environments changed faster than adaptation could occur. Some dinosaur lineages survived, evolving into modern birds. Dinosaurs help scientists understand climate change over deep time, evolutionary adaptation, ecosystem resilience. They provide context for Earth's past and perspective on its future. Studying dinosaurs is not about nostalgia, it is about knowledge. Their story teaches patience, humility, and respect for natural systems larger than ourselves. Dinosaurs were not simply scaled-up reptiles. Their internal anatomy shows advanced biological efficiency. Many dinosaurs had air-filled bones, similar to modern birds. This reduced weight while maintaining strength, allowing large bodies to move with less energy. Their lungs likely supported continuous airflow, making oxygen exchange more efficient than in many modern animals. These features helped dinosaurs grow large, move steadily, and survive in demanding environments. For many years, dinosaurs were assumed to grow slowly. Modern bone analysis tells a different story. Microscopic growth rings in fossil bones show that many dinosaurs grew rapidly, especially during early life stages. Some large species reached adult size in only a few decades. This combination of fast growth and long lifespan allowed dinosaurs to recover populations and adapt to changing conditions. Growth was strategic, not excessive. Dinosaurs were not all gray or green. Fossil evidence shows a wide range of skin coverings, scales, filaments, feather-like structures. Some feathers were likely used for insulation, others for display or communication. Melanosome analysis suggests that certain dinosaurs had patterns and coloration, possibly for camouflage or recognition. Color was functional, not decorative.
Dinosaurs likely occupied a middle ground between cold-blooded and warm-blooded animals. This metabolic flexibility allowed them to remain active longer, use energy efficiently, and adapt to variable climates. Large body size helped retain heat, while specialized blood flow systems prevented overheating. This balance gave dinosaurs endurance, not speed. Dinosaurs experienced their world through refined senses. Eye structure suggests that some species had excellent depth perception. Inner ear fossils indicate sensitivity to balance and movement, important for coordination. Olfactory regions of the brain show that smell played a major role, especially in locating food and navigating environments. Their senses were tuned to survival, not constant alertness. Dinosaurs likely communicated in subtle ways. Crested skulls and hollow chambers may have produced low-frequency sounds. Visual signals, posture, movement, coloration were likely more important than noise. Communication reduced conflict, supported group movement, and strengthened survival. Silence was often more effective than sound. Dinosaurs did not move constantly. Trackway evidence shows measured, steady walking patterns. They conserved energy, rested frequently, and avoided unnecessary exertion. Large muscles were designed for support and endurance, not bursts of speed. Life on ancient Earth followed a slow rhythm, guided by sunlight, temperature, and terrain. Dinosaurs were not separate from nature. They were part of Earth's long biological experiment. Their success came from balance, efficient bodies, flexible behavior, adaptation over time. They did not dominate through aggression, but through stability. Their legacy remains embedded in modern ecosystems. Intelligence in animals does not mean human-like thinking. In science, intelligence refers to problem-solving, learning from experience, flexible behavior. Dinosaurs did not need complex reasoning. They needed effective responses to their environment. Their intelligence was shaped by survival, not abstraction. Understanding this helps avoid exaggeration and keeps science grounded.
Brain size alone does not define intelligence. Fossilized brain cavities, called endocasts, provide insight into dinosaur brain organization. Some dinosaurs had enlarged sensory regions, strong balance centers, and specialized motor control areas. These traits suggest coordination, environmental awareness, and refined movement. Their brains were optimized, not oversized. Learning leaves physical evidence. Repeated trackways suggest that dinosaurs followed established routes. Nesting sites show location memory and seasonal return patterns. These behaviors require memory retention, environmental recognition, and behavioral consistency. Dinosaurs likely learned through repetition, reinforcing successful behaviors over time. This form of learning is common in modern animals. Dinosaurs faced changing landscapes, weather patterns, and resource availability. Adaptation required decision-making, when to move, where to feed, and how to avoid risk. Fossil distributions indicate flexible migration and habitat use. This suggests practical problem-solving, not instinct alone. Some dinosaurs lived in coordinated groups. Group movement reduces risk, improves navigation, and protects younger individuals. Maintaining spacing and direction requires awareness of others. Social intelligence does not require communication complexity, only reliable signals and shared behavior. This form of intelligence increases survival without conflict. Dinosaurs were not comparable to primates. However, their intelligence may have been similar to large birds, crocodilians, and herd mammals.
These animals demonstrate memory, spatial awareness, and learned routines. This comparison helps place dinosaurs within a realistic biological framework. Studying dinosaur intelligence improves understanding of brain evolution, animal behavior, and environmental adaptation. It shows that intelligence evolves gradually, shaped by ecological need. This perspective helps scientists study modern wildlife without human bias. Dinosaurs offer a long-term view of cognitive evolution. Dinosaurs did not need advanced thought to thrive for millions of years. Their intelligence was quiet, efficient, and sufficient. This reminds us that survival depends more on balance than complexity. Nature rewards what works.
The world of dinosaurs was warmer than today's Earth. There were no permanent polar ice caps. Sea levels were higher, and shallow oceans covered large areas of land. Carbon dioxide levels fluctuated naturally over millions of years, influenced by volcanic activity and tectonic movement. These conditions created diverse habitats, from lush forests to dry inland regions. Climate was not stable, it was dynamic and constantly evolving. Dinosaurs lived across a wide range of climates. Some species adapted to warm, humid environments. Others thrived in seasonal or semi-arid regions. Adaptations included body size variation, insulation through feathers or skin structures, behavioral changes such as migration. These adaptations allowed dinosaurs to occupy environments that shifted gradually over time. Survival depended on flexibility, not dominance. Ancient Earth still had seasons. Fossil growth patterns in bones suggest seasonal food availability. Dinosaurs adjusted activity levels based on temperature and daylight. During harsher conditions, energy conservation became essential. This rhythm of rest and movement was guided by climate rather than competition. Life followed predictable environmental cues. Climate influenced plant life, and plants shaped dinosaur ecosystems. Higher atmospheric oxygen levels supported large body sizes and active movement. Forests expanded and contracted with climate shifts. Herbivorous dinosaurs adjusted feeding strategies based on plant availability. Carnivores followed these patterns indirectly. Everything was connected through climate systems. Climate change during the dinosaur era occurred over thousands to millions of years. This slow pace allowed ecosystems to adjust. Species that adapted survived. Others gradually disappeared. Evolution was not driven by sudden crisis, but by continuous environmental pressure. This long-term view helps scientists understand how life responds to change over deep time. Studying dinosaur-era climate helps scientists understand Earth's natural climate cycles, atmospheric regulation, ecosystem resilience. These studies rely on geological evidence, not speculation. Dinosaurs provide a long baseline for understanding how life interacts with planetary systems. Their world offers context, not comparison. Dinosaurs were not separate from Earth. They were part of a system that included climate, plants, oceans, atmosphere. Their success came from alignment with these systems.
When conditions changed beyond their ability to adapt, new forms of life emerged. This is not failure, it is transition. Earth continues its story.
Fossils are not simply remains of ancient animals. They are records of time. Each fossil forms under specific environmental conditions, capturing a moment within Earth's long geological history. Layers of rock, known as strata, accumulate slowly over millions of years. Dinosaurs appear in predictable layers, allowing scientists to place species within precise time ranges. This structure turns Earth itself into a historical archive. Fossils are rarely dated directly. Instead, scientists date the surrounding rock layers using radiometric methods. Certain minerals decay at known rates, providing reliable age estimates. By combining fossil position with geological data, researchers can reconstruct timelines with remarkable accuracy. This process reduces uncertainty and avoids speculation. The fossil record is incomplete by nature. Not all environments preserve remains equally. Dry regions, river deltas, and shallow seas are more likely to produce fossils. Gaps do not indicate absence of life, they reflect preservation conditions. Understanding these gaps prevents misinterpretation and strengthens scientific conclusions. Not all fossils are bones. Footprints, called trackways, preserve movement rather than anatomy. Trackways reveal walking speed, body weight distribution, group spacing. Some trackways show parallel movement, suggesting coordinated travel. These traces capture behavior directly, without relying on inference alone. Fossilized nests provide insight into reproduction. Egg spacing, shell thickness, and nesting locations reveal parental strategies. Some dinosaurs returned to the same nesting areas repeatedly. This behavior indicates environmental memory and seasonal awareness. Reproduction followed stable patterns, not randomness. Modern technology allows scientists to analyze chemical signatures in fossil bones. Isotopes within bones reflect water sources, plant consumption, regional climate. These markers reveal diet and migration without visual evidence. Bone chemistry turns fossils into data sources, not just physical objects. Dinosaur bones contain growth markers similar to tree rings. These lines indicate age at death, growth speed, periods of stress. Some dinosaurs experienced seasonal slowdowns, likely linked to food availability. This information reconstructs entire life histories from a single specimen. Dinosaur fossils are found on all modern continents. This distribution reflects plate tectonics, not global migration. As continents separated, populations diverged and adapted independently. Fossils preserve evidence of this separation, documenting evolution through geography. Some fossil sites preserve soft tissues, footprints, and even feather outlines. These exceptional fossils refine understanding without rewriting established science. They add detail, not drama.